Listen, guys, I understand. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 is a big giant piece of I can't debate that. I don't want to debate that. I have been making nonstop videos since that game launched, telling everybody it sucks, letting everybody know not to waste their money or time on it. But we can't sit here and lie. We can't sit here and make a bunch of clickbait nonsense like LED retard Subaru driving 5'4" beta male blame truth, trying to trick his fans, letting you guys know, guys, XDefiant is back. XDefiant is back, guys. Just lying out his ass, man. Lying through his teeth. And a bunch of dumbass fanboys can't come to terms the fact to cope with it that it's over. It's not coming back. It's done. You can't create new accounts. If you uninstalled the game, you can't even install the game and play it if you actually already have the game. Nothing, zero, zilch. They dropped a ton of content because it was a content drop for the next year and a half that they've been working on because the game is canceled. And I have never seen a fan base more delusional and have never seen so much copium as I have seen with the XDefiant community. The greatest and best excuse I've seen so far, and the cherry on top just to get right to it and pull this band-aid off these nerds who are just out here making up the dumbest excuse I've ever seen in my entire life for XDefiant being canceled, other than the fact that the real truth why XDefiant was canceled is that nobody played it. They had less than 10,000 concurrent players when this game was canceled. But the greatest excuse I've seen so far is that XDefiant was shut down, not because it failed and no one played it, but because Ubisoft is broke. So they shut down XDefiant because, once again, Ubisoft is broke. Now, I'm trying to figure out the mental gymnastics people are using to use that as an excuse. So let me get that straight. A company is making no money, but you're saying XDefiant is still very successful. So a company that's not making any money is going to shut down a successful IP that is making the company that doesn't have any money, money. Is the XDefiant fanboy logic people are using. Like, holy Jesus, talk about a delusional, mentally challenged, cognitive bias fan base of simps, man. Woo! Come on, bros. What the hell are we doing here? I've seen that excuse by so many guys. It's because Ubisoft was broke, so they shut down. They shut it down because it was really successful. Yeah, it was successful. So a broke. Yeah, so they canceled a successful game that was making them too much money, and they want to stay broke. What the fuck are these guys talking about, man? It's like I'm looking at the comment sections on these XDefiant videos where they're all excited about the new content drop, which is all the content forever and ever that was going to be made in the next year or two for XDefiant that they've released because the game's canceled, so there's no point holding on to it, so they just got rid of it all, further proving the game is done. Yet I see these comments on these videos where guys are all just in the comment section, one day I think XDefiant will be it's gonna come back, guys. Ubisoft, they gotta give this over to someone else so Mark Rubin can continue his dream. Like, that's an actual comments that people are making. I'm going to break it down for everybody out there who says it's a great game. You may think it's a great game, but majority of people didn't think it was a great game, and that's why nobody played it, and that's why it was shut down. And the funny thing, too, I like to hear people use as copium is when they talk about how the game wasn't publicized enough and the game didn't have a good enough marketing. Meanwhile, hundreds of thousands of people were streaming it when it first came out. The game had 15-something million people playing it. The biggest IP first-person shooter in Ubisoft history, the biggest IP online game in Ubisoft history, and then it just died. Okay? It's not that wasn't enough people who knew about it. It was the biggest game in Ubisoft history, dudes, for about a month or so. And then everyone found out and realized the game sucked. And then everyone left and didn't play it anymore. So that excuse is also fucking hilarious. People always like to get mad at me that you're just a Call of Duty, you're just, you know, man, XDefiant was gonna be competition. Why are you so happy the game died? And it's like, I'm not happy the game died, but I'm not gonna sit here and defend a game that's a piece of shit. That's the facts. Trust me when I say I wish that XDefiant was a good game. I wish it had a strong player base. I wish it was actually made by a competent development team, not Ubisoft and a bunch of gay flamers in San Francisco with purple hair who put nothing but DEI skins and woke nonsense into a game which is 99% player base is heterosexual males, where the entire business model of XDefiant is selling skins. It's a free-to-play game. The only way it made money was, once again, microtransactions. Those microtransactions were made by a bunch of flakes who voted for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and voted for them probably multiple times.
Boom. Roasted.
And you wonder why the game failed. On top of that, the game had a bunch of issues. They literally didn't use a first-person shooter. They didn't use a shooter engine. They used an MMO engine, which was obviously not very good. It wasn't very smooth. The game didn't provide anything beneficial in the long run to keep a player base engaged. But I wish it was good, because Call of Duty sucks. And in fact, everything sucks right now when it comes to multiplayer. I've been trying to play anything to get a fix with multiplayer, and I'm telling you, nothing is scratching that itch. Marvel Rivals sucks. Fortnite no build right now, I don't know what's going on. That game sucks. Season Chapter 6, whatever you call it, not very good. Not enjoying that very much. Usually I love Fortnite. Call of Duty, obviously enough said with that, piece of shit. Delta Force, anyone pumping that game up is a moron. That game is just a lesser version of Battlefield. It's not good at all. It's trash. It has barely any content. Pound sand, Delta Force. I might have to go back and play Battlefield 2042. My best friend Russian Badger is trying to say that game's pretty good actually at the end of the day. And I don't know, maybe I'll download that again and try playing that. But as it stands right now, multiplayers in general, entertainment in general sucks. XDefiant sucks because it's made by a bunch of DEI hired liberal flakes. And that's just a fact. And so are most games right now. Black Ops 6 sucks because the same people that made XDefiant are making Call of Duty. But there's no one in the gaming studio, gaming genre, the gaming world right now who is making games that isn't a fucking metaphorically and literally speaking. I'm getting sick and tired of it, to be honest. I thought there's supposed to be some big shakeup here, but no, there's not going to be any shakeup. Gaming and entertainment in general is going to be hit and miss for the foreseeable future until this pariah of wokeism, Marxism, brainwashed university graduates who are involved in the entertainment business have been pushed out, and a new generation of actual competent people who aren't actual brain-dead vegetables with ridiculous ideologies stuck in their head start making games again, making games great again, instead of pushing a political ideology and nonsense over good content and realism. It's things that the player base actually wants to play. And think of the things that the player base actually wants to play. It wasn't XDefiant. Deal with it, nerds. Drop the copium. You may love it, but no one else did. It got canceled. Ubisoft is trash. The developers are trash. Their microtransactions were trash. The net code was trash. The game had nothing to play for. The game was huge for 1 month, and then everyone realized how shit it was, and it collapsed. End of story, end of video. Ghost of Vate, the best goddamn YouTuber out here dropping truth bombs, red pills on the regular. Hit that mother like button and subscribe, or otherwise you're telling me that you're gay. And last, which is fine, it's cool, but you're gay. And last but not least, and most importantly, stay black. Question throwing in with dog, cracker, killer, shape, gender, delivery, sarcasm, justice, limited, justice, justice, name, social life, fake house, things, cross, gay, white man. Bring it down.